A symbolic protest for those affected by the uprising. 4 demonstrators have been killed and hundreds arrested. Fears are now growing for dozens of protesters still missing. After 4 days recovering from a high fever and respiratory problems, President Yanukovych is now back at work. His absence has raised questions about his ability to rule. Others fear he's been planning an assault on the square.
He'll fool us all like he does every time. There's still a risk of a state of emergency being declared.
He was hiding from the spotlight, waiting for orders. He only does what Moscow says.
Yanukovych is under mounting pressure to introduce political reform, handing over some of his presidential powers to the parliament. He's already made some concessions by way of a new amnesty law that would see the release of more than 100 prisoners, providing that these protesters give up Independence Square. But the opposition say that these concessions are not good enough. Back in Kiev after global talks in Munich, Ukraine's foreign minister promised more dialogue. But he warned that violent protest groups could jeopardize progress.
President Yanukovych and the government has implemented almost all demands by the opposition. We are open and going to continue negotiations with them. What point concerns us that for the first time in Ukraine we have an experience of different extremistic groups.
For now, the barricades are getting higher and the defences more elaborate. On the front line, protesters have erected catapults, even a projector to play news reports at riot police. The protests have become a media spectacle, and President Yanukovych knows the world is watching. Neave, Al Jazeera, Kiev.